Businesses always want more media and eyeballs. Video is the best media, but it's expensive and hard to know who to approach. This is where Bittensor Subnet 93, Bitcast, comes in. The world's largest decentralized video agency that produces dozens of videos and spreads them far and wide. Please welcome Bitcast.
Thank you very much. I haven't seen that one before. That's very good, Sam. Thank you. Hi everyone. I'm Will. I'm the co-founder and CTO of Bitcast. We are the decentralized creator economy, Subnet 93 on Bittensor. So the creator economy is a market for attention. On one side, you have brands that demand attention, and on the other, you have content creators that can supply that attention. $37 billion spent last year in the US alone on creator marketing, growing 4 times faster than the rest of advertising. But what proportion of content creators are landing deals with brands? Well, it turns out only 1/3 ever have. And far, far less than that regularly do. So money is flowing into this market, okay? But it's disproportionately landing just with the very biggest names, the biggest content creators. Whereas the long tail of mid, micro, nano creators, for the most part, get nothing at all. And this is inefficient. These creators are being excluded from this market. They're creating content, they're attracting an audience, they're generating attention, but they're failing to monetize that attention. Okay? So, Siam's theme is around trapped resources, and this is a great example of that. So, this attention is trapped, it's unable to reach the market. Imagine for a minute that half of the billboards in the world were left empty. It's empty space, it's lost ad space, it's money left on the table. Why is it happening? Could it be because these content creators, they don't want these brand deals? No, it's not that, of course. Most content creators say that the biggest challenge they face is finding these deals or managing these deals. Okay, so could it maybe be that there isn't much value in these smaller audiences? No, it's not that either. Collectively, micro-influencers hold hundreds of billions of followers and subscribers. On top of that, these audiences are 60% more engaged than those of larger audiences. And that's because the content is seen as more authentic and the audiences are more loyal. So this makes them, person for person, much more valuable. So the value is there. Could it be that the brands just don't want to work with these smaller audiences? That's absolutely not true either. So 7 in 10 brands say that they would prefer to work with smaller content creators because they know the ability that they have to connect them to their audience and, at the end of the day, to convert. So the real issue is a scaling one. Majority of deals in the industry are run on a long manual process that looks something like this. Find a creator, vet them, negotiate, write a content brief. The content is created. You go through a cycle of review, edit, publish the content, verify it, and pay the creator. So it's a long process that for the most part is run on spreadsheets. And of course, this simply does not scale. It's a high transaction cost. It's this high transaction cost that keeps these deals up with the big creators and stops them from filtering down into that long tail. This manual process is sand in the gears of this industry. And that's why we've built the system, the subnet, which is the incentive layer that all content creators, whether they be big or small, can plug in and they can monetize their attention. So we've turned what was a process with 7 manual steps into a process with just 1 manual step. The content, the brand comes to us and together we write a content brief. That's published, and then from there the Bitcast system automates everything else. The brief is distributed to relevant content creators. They then create the content, and then our AI analyzes all of this content and makes sure that it's on requirement to the client's requirements. We then evaluate all of this content on verifiable metrics, and these metrics, these performance metrics, will determine how much each creator gets rewarded in our own alpha token. So it's by streamlining this process and removing all of the friction that we unlock scale to levels that wouldn't have previously been possible. Instead of only a few pieces of content, we could do hundreds of thousands without bringing on all of these overheads. So we started just over a year ago, and we started on YouTube. In November, we expanded to X as well. And initially, we're working within the Web3 space. So that means all of our content creators, all of our clients are within Web3 initially. We've onboarded 756 creators with an average audience size of 13,000. This gives us an aggregated audience size of 9.5 million. If we continue to grow at the current pace, we'll double this in the next 4 months. So that'll take us to 19 million aggregated audience. To give this a little bit of context, the biggest YouTubers within crypto right now have between 1 and 3 million subscribers, and there's probably 4 or 5 at that level. It's only a few. If you did want to work with one of those guys, you would have to go through their management teams, you would sign contracts, it would take weeks, you would get one video, and there'd be no guarantee of how that video would perform. If you instead come and work with us, we can get you set up and campaign launched within a day. We can deliver hundreds of videos, and you'll pay for performance, not promises. So in our first year, we've worked with 45 clients. We're now working with and talking to some of the biggest brands in Web3. You're probably well aware that crypto is in a deep bear market right now, unfortunately. So what that means for us is that marketing budgets are hard to come by. We're often on calls with brands, and they'll say to us, you know, our marketing budget's been slashed. That's probably not going to change until the market sentiment reverses. So for sure, we're swimming upstream right now. But we still have some really strong revenue despite that. We've just concluded yesterday our 5th quarter in business, and it's our strongest to date, up 100% on the previous period. With a view on our incoming deal flow, we're targeting another 100% jump over the next period. So within Bittensor, the generally accepted definition of profitability is is when your business revenues exceed your mining rewards. So for us, that's the rewards that go to the content creators. As well as this being our biggest quarter, it's also our first profitable quarter. And to go even further, we believe this is actually the first profitable quarter of any subnet within Bittensor ever. More will follow soon. There was an opinion, or there are some critics out there who have said over the past couple of years that Bittensor will never produce real companies with real revenue and real value. I think that opinion is now starting to look farcical. So I'll give you a quick case study here before we move to the end of the presentation. BitGet are one of the biggest exchanges in the world. We've been working with them for a number of months. Their objectives were further global awareness to their exchange and also to some key features. We delivered for them 118 YouTube videos with integrated sponsorships in the middle. They were across multiple different languages, generating 258,000 views across 64 different countries. BitGet are a global brand, and they have marketing teams in different regions. Typically, to achieve something like this would take months and months of organization and execution. This campaign was launched within a day. At a push, this could be done in 1 or 2 hours, I would say. The head of influencer partnerships at BitGet said, "Bitcast is a game changer, simple process with exceptional results." They've been working with us now for 6 months, and currently they're increasing budget allocation into Bitcast month on month. So where are we going and how are we getting there? This is important. We're not building a marketing agency. And we're not building an automation tool. What we're building is the decentralized infrastructure layer for the whole of content creator marketing. The roadmap can be broken down into 3 different points. Number 1, continue on our trajectory to becoming a leading and dominant marketing solution within Web3, and make sure we're optimally positioned for the moment that the market reverts and we go back to bull. 2, expand to more social platforms. So we've started on YouTube, we expanded to X, we have the blueprint, we'll roll that out to more platforms. And number 3 is expand our marketing capacities beyond Web3 and into Web2. So we've identified key growth areas, AI, tech, finance, and we'll be expanding into those before the end of the year. So, the creator economy is forecast to hit $480 billion of value next year, by the end of 2027. But it's completely inefficient. And that is the problem that we at Bitcast are solving. Thank you.